Hey guys, it's Marion from Attire and Beyond in Highland, New York. We sell new and pre-loved clothing, gifts, accessories, and more. What I am doing is reading Anyone Can Live a Happier Life, and we are now on the chapter The Now. What if you knew staying in the present moment as much as humanly possible would change your thoughts, your life, and your journey? What if you were always in the now and the past was the past? Wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? When you are in the present moment, the past doesn't have room to get in. If I can do it, anyone can. Now, I'm not saying, and this isn't in the book, I'm not saying I am always in the now, but I do my best to be there as much as humanly possible. And as I read through, you'll understand. I believe to be at one with God and life, you must also be in the now, the present moment. When we stay present in the moment, we do not permit the ego or past or future thoughts to sneak in. We allow for a fresh start every moment. And this is Ralph Waldo Emerson. With the past, I have nothing to do, nor with the future. I live now. When we are not living in the now, we are robbing ourselves of precious moments we cannot recoup. Think about some of the special times in your life and try and remember if you were fully there, fully aware, in mind as well as the physical sense. Here are some examples. My friend was at her daughter's wedding and she knew this was the right partner for her. Finally, a person the entire family has been waiting for, and she should have been thrilled and totally in awe of everything going on around her. Instead, she shared that she was thinking about how much money the honeymoon cost, how they will afford their new home, and how she hopes the marriage lasts because so many marriages do not. Really, how can she enjoy the moment when she was not even in it? Yes, her body was there dancing and she was aware of what was going on around her, but she was not fully heart and soul taking it all in. When you are in that place in your mind, the future or past place, most of the time, others can sense it or feel it. I am sure some of her family members and friends felt some kind of distance from her. My friend and her boyfriend broke up recently because when he was with her, he was thinking about things he had to do at home. When he was home, he was thinking about wanting to be with her. At work, he was thinking about her and what he had to do at home. How can anyone live like that? He is rarely in the moment. How can he work effectively? How can he be home and be relaxed and or efficient when he is with her? How can he ever just be there and be happy? She felt it from him and didn't feel as special as she felt she deserved. She could not deal with it anymore, and they parted ways. It's a shame because they had so much in common, the same morals, ethics, values, wants, and desires, but he was never fully there. It had everything to do with being in the now. Although they still love each other, he just hasn't gotten to the place where he can be in the now. But that is his choice. For the most part, he chose to be everywhere but where he actually was. It's a shame when people don't live in the moment because life is too damn short. Look at the people who just are gone in a moment around us. When you find someone you love and want to be with them. He is waiting for the right moment for everything to be good, and there is never a right moment. This was one of the reasons he lost her. So beware. Awareness is the key. There is only this moment. Here is another example. You're on vacation at a beautiful 5-star resort, being pampered. Beautiful weather, scenic view, everything you always wished for, but you are worried about your pets. Where are we? How you are going to pay for this, the plane ride, the kids, or the bills. Everything back home is being taken care of, and you are on this glorious vacation wasting precious moments. Chill out. Be in the moment. Enjoy it. Life is short, my friend. I am not saying don't be responsible. I am just saying be where you are when you are there, or don't be there. Does that make sense? Be where you are when you are there, or don't be there. If you are spending quality time with your girlfriend, be with her. If you are taking care of business, be there. Do not be two places at once in your mind. It never turns out well. As I stated in the focus chapter, we are in control of our thoughts. They are not in control of us. It drives me crazy when someone is worrying about something over and over again, and I tell them not to worry before it happens, and their response is, I can't help it. I'm here to tell you, you can help it. Stay in the present moment. You can be dead by the time that situation happens. Things change minute to minute, and we've learned that so much now in 2020, and now that we're going into 2021. So you can be dead by the time that situation happens. Things change minute to minute, so you may not have anything to worry about. Stay in the now. Being in the now is being mindful, or what is called mindfulness. Being mindful can change your life. By not dwelling on what might happen or what happened, you may experience much less stress. Think about it. If you are only living in the here and now, you are not worried about anything else. Worry is useless, especially since things we are worrying about are out of our control. I just made this up. Well, I made this up then. WORRY, without realistic relevance yet. In other words, it hasn't happened yet. It's not relevant to the now. And since worry is fear, it is not realistic because there are no guarantees what you are worrying about will ever come to fruition. In other words, I just read that. Mindfulness, as worded in Wikipedia back 7 years ago. The Buddha advocated that one should establish mindfulness in one's day-to-day life, maintaining as much as possible a calm awareness of one's bodily functions, sensations, feelings, objects of consciousness, thoughts and perceptions, and consciousness itself. The practice of mindfulness supports analysis resulting in the arising of wisdom. A key innovative teaching of the Buddha was that meditative stabilization must be combined with liberating discernment. My best way to explain being mindful is being aware. Aware of each moment as you are living it, not before, not after. The question on most people's minds is, how do I stay mindful in the present? Many great teachers meditate and practice yoga on a regular basis. I will share many de-stressors along with ways to be in the now in my chapter on helping with stress. This is a Cherokee Indian proverb. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. I like that. Obviously, I put it in the book, but I forgot it. Before I go on, let me tell you what happened to me just now. Of course, not just now. I literally mean when I took a break from writing this, I started thinking a sad thought and found myself going from the present moment to the issue. I stopped and became the observer of this distraction I allowed to come into my mind. Everything is always perfect. It happened so I could give you the step-by-step guidance I took to come back to the now. Thank you, universe, for presenting me with the sad, overwhelming feeling of crying for the moment so I could explain better. See, just another example of a good teaching lesson coming from a bad experience. Here's what I did. Took a deep breath. I told myself to breathe and took in a good deep breath. Had I allowed myself to stay in the thoughts of the situation, I would not be writing this right now. So take a deep breath. Question myself. I stopped and asked myself, why am I taking my attention away from writing? In the past, when writing my book about abuse, I definitely swayed from the moment over and over again. I didn't want to face reading, what I was writing. I had to constantly bring myself back to the present. And that is okay as long as you recognize it. As a matter of fact, I remember these days, I fell asleep many times on my computer table while rewriting or rereading it because I did not want to be in the now. Or maybe it was because I was writing about the past, and that is where I did not want to be. So question yourself, why are you taking yourself out of focusing on the moment or what you are doing? And let me tell you, I still never put that book out or finished editing it or anything because it kept taking me out of the moment. This is from the Buddha. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, but to live in the present, wisely and earnestly. Buddha. When you are living with constant awareness, you are able to experience everything in its entirety. You allow your life to be whole. You do not lose or waste a single moment. Sorry about that. I just wanted to change positions. But by practicing it more, you will find you are less stressed and more at peace. Haven't you or anyone you know had an occasion where you were asked to give a toast or a speech, second or third in the lineup, and you weren't even in the moment to hear the other speeches? Instead, you were in your head thinking about what you were going to say. Don't we sometimes do that when people are speaking to us? We get stuck on one thing they said we want to add, or 2 cents. So we want to add our 2 cents. So we stop listening to what they are saying until there is a pause and we can interrupt with what we have to say. Or sometimes we don't even wait for the pause. I find myself still doing that some days, excuse me. Here are some areas you may need to be more mindful. Of course, this is besides just always being in the now. Well, never say always, Marion. Being in the now as much as humanly possible in thought, conversation, and everything you do. I will explain them more in depth in a future book or other publications, but here are the titles. Mindful eating, mindful studying, mindful listening, mindful working out, mindful driving, mindful praying, mindful manifesting, mindful love, and mindful appreciation. It is not always easy to be aware of everything you are doing while life is going on around you, but it is imperative you do your best to be conscious of what you are doing, when you are doing it, and how you are doing it in the moment. Mindfulness is essential for well-being. This is from Louise L. Hay. Your old thoughts are gone. There is nothing you can do about them except live out the experiences they caused. Your current thought, the one you are thinking right now, is totally under your control. That is it for that chapter. This is Anyone Can Live a Happier Life. I'm Marion from Attire Beyond in Highland, New York, reading my book. And I have to just stop for a minute because the next chapter is alcoholism and addiction. This story, I'm going to just read that first page. I will read it again when I get to reading this. What if you knew you could give up your addictions and become a happier, healthier person? Would you at least think about it? What if you knew it would not only help you, but change all of the relationships around you? What if you knew you could get rid of that deep pain in your heart and perhaps teach others from it, as this chapter will show? If Rich can do it, anyone can. This chapter is a must-read for everyone, I wrote. It shows you how you can literally turn your whole life around in one moment. It shows it is never too late or you are never too far gone. There's always hope, guys. I'll see you for that chapter soon. If you like this video, you stuck with me this long, hit the like button if you haven't yet, if you liked it. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the bell if you want to get notified whenever I do a new video, which is often. And I am Marigold on Poshmark, Marilgold. Have a good day.